Greetings and welcome to the channel. This is a practice round. I'm a pretty average Joe, and I wanted to throw some drives to make the coverage a little more, help you appreciate it a little bit more next week at the DGPT Match Play Championships. There's some good drives, there's some bad drives, most of them are bad. Hole 1 is a real ripper. It's back there on one of the colored baskets. I haven't seen a blue basket in my life, but the sign says they exist. It's down there, kind of past the little Fred Flintstone path. If I zoom in, you can see the top of the yellow band on the right. But, like I said, I just want to throw some drives. I'll show you some of the other putts, but hopefully you can appreciate what the pros can do. This is a force. And pretty ripping headwind. I thought it would straighten it out a little bit, keep it cruising towards the pin, because I was nowhere near it. This next one is a nuke. I had the same idea, but it didn't work. A little bit straighter and farther, but still dive way off to the left. I think I'm like, I don't know, 250, 260 here. So everybody should be able to get a birdie on it. Hole 2 was a bummer. I skipped it. Hole 3, pretty cool shot. Straight down at the end of the 2-track in the rocks. I think we'll see some birdies here. I threw a heat first, and then I threw a stalker. They're both a little bit to the right and landed up in the rocks, but fun little hole to float right in. It's going to be cool. There's going to be some bad footing on coverage, I'm sure, because that's a cool thing about this course is the greens are protected, a lot of them by rocks. There's not too many mulchy greens like you've been seeing on some of the golf courses on tour, on coverage. But anyways, 2 drives, a little bit, both pin high. One, the stalker actually up on top of that tall rock. The heat was a little bit lower. You can see it on the right. But
Come on.
yeah.
Come on.
Just one of the best sounds of disc golf. Hole 4. Pretty cool, pretty fun. These first few holes across this long draw are awesome. They're beautiful. This is why I don't play well in tournaments. That was a heat. Just forgot about the wind and dove right into it. The nuke, I gave it a full pump on a little bit of a hyzer line, and it worked out. Yeah, I wouldn't say I put it in Park City, but it's definitely in Utah. Anyways, if I could put it like that, the pros can put it like that.
All right, so the hyzer line nuke.
But yeah, just for science, I decided to take the putt from the nuke, the second drive. But that's back up to the tee pad. Like I said,
Take it.
very pretty. And I got the fake birdie. Man, that's fun. Hole 5. This one's a real fun one too. I ripped a heat and turned it over way too much. And it's over in those aspens. It's kind of the theme here is I'll throw something really understable and then correct it with something way too overstable. And there it goes, the nuke over on the left. Again, just for research, I decided to throw from my second shot. And this will be fun to watch the pros really crank it up the hill.
78 yards.
Thank you. I tried to zip in a little hornet. Ooh, let's hear that. Oh man, yeah, that's what you want. I don't know what I like more is hearing it doink off the basket or hearing it wallop into a tree like that. But again, these first few holes over the valley or the gully or the draw are pretty gorgeous. This was the first shot. It was the heat in the aspens. You don't really want to be over here. There's no reason to give yourself this many obstacles. This was a great putt. Just top of the line, world class. Perfect. All right, on to hole number 6. This is a cool one, double Mandos, straight through the uprights. It's kind of far, it's kind of not far, but I have a zombie.
426.
Yeah, 426. And I'm gonna just try and float it down there. There's a short pad and a long pad. The short pad is up there by the Mandos. And it's, I don't know, foot and a half shorter than the long pad. And talk about floating the zombie. Drifted a little too far left. This is a really cool hole, though. Another guarded rock green. Death putt over the cliff, though, if you really want to run at it like I did here. Just kidding. Um, Maybe that points to the restroom. Oh, no, you're right. It's the next pad. But yeah, that's going to be a cool hole. I think we're going to see some sweet birdies, some running gunning here. But hole number 7. Full pump on a fairway driver.
300 feet.
Maybe even a force. I'm going to try the force first.
Okay, a little hyzer.
And this is why I play the game right here. Yeah,
Bummer.
bummer. Now it's a full pump on a vulture. I bet we'll see Simon throw a putter. But I kicked up a little bit of pole dust on this one.
Oh, yeah. Alright, here's where the force
This is out in Circle 4, otherwise known as the fairway. And it's a little putt.
Ooh, I'll take it.
Yes, you will. Take that all day. The vulture skipped too long. Who cares? This is going to be a really fun course, though, for coverage because there's some things that Joe can do, and then there's things that the pros can do. And if I can park some of these, we're going to see some ace rounds, or we're going to see a whole pile of birdies. But on to hole 8, another short pad, long pad, which is funny because the short pad is literally shorter than the long pad, and it's also closer to the basket. Maybe there's something there I don't yet understand. But the long pad's like 3 or 4 feet longer. Um, get some of the gorgeous landscapes, the sights, and the sounds. The gorgeous sounds of Colorado, folks. Oh, just every one of the best sounds in the world.
Bummer. Here's the heat, which
So the heat dumped off way far left. It was the first one I threw. Smacked real good. And if you are going to smack a tree, you don't want to smack too far left because it slopes down pretty good. But the zombie didn't smack. It just got a little smooch on the cheek from the tree. Somehow zipped and zagged all the way through the trees, all the way into the OB. That's pretty neat. Another view back from the short pad. And from the long pad, you got to throw kind of a worm burner because you can only really see the top of the band. Hole 9. This is one of the pretty ones for some views. I imagine we'll see some more of this on the coverage. The drone shots I think are going to be neat. All right, the basket's up past that little baby tree to the left. In the rocks again. Again, the guarded rock greens here, pretty sweet. Yeah, I almost fell over. The nuke, I did throw the heat first, and it dumped way off to the right. On certainly one of the prettier holes on the course. Some good views. It's actually one of the holes I'm most excited about watching on coverage too, because if you see somebody can really crank it all the way up in there and have a better putt look than I did, it should be pretty exciting. And you gotta think this is one of the holes that they pick for one of those 12 rounders in the pool play, but kind of a low ceiling if you can get it up there, kind of where I am. But I'm just who I am, and the pros are who they are. So I have a good feeling about this hole. Um, Anyways, if you liked the video, subscribe, and you'll get the back nine. If you didn't like the video, subscribe, and that way, next time I put out a video, you can remember to leave me a mean comment or a nice comment, whatever spins your disc. Anyways, though, the 2022 DGPT Match Play Championships in Bailey, Colorado, up at 8,400 feet. So if you're coming from Portland at basically sea level, that means you need to take a set of stairs 1.5 miles up into the air, and then you'll be here. Discs are going to fly different, people are going to breathe different, and I think most of the pros are going to throw differently than I did because they're pros. And now hopefully you can appreciate what they are doing and how impressive it is by seeing some average Joe like me do some average throws. Very sincere thank you if you made it this far in the video. Think about giving me a like or a subscribe.
Come on.